Hello folks, I'm doing something just real quick here to show fungal growth against air units. I had a student who's having some trouble with it, and I figured this would be a little bit easier than trying to explain it via email. So I figured everyone could kind of benefit from this because this is a real common problem people have. So we're going to fungal growth these mutalisks, and let's just aim it by hitting the animation, hitting the actual unit itself, and see how that works for us. Okay, so I aim it right in the center of the group, and this looks like oh, wait, what? Why did it only hit half? And this is where a lot of people are like, oh my god, StarCraft is buggy. I've heard this a million times over. In fact, I thought it too until I kind of thought about why it happens like this. So first let's go over why that happens. At its core, StarCraft 2 is still a tile-based game. Even though, you know, tile-based games are, 15 to 20 years ago, it's still developed in the same sense. And so what that means is these units reside on a tile below them. And then since they're an air unit, they kind of hover in the air on that tile. So technically the animation occurs a few tiles up from where they reside, for the purposes of hit detection and animation and things like that. So it's a little weird. But at the same time, it's necessary just because of how the game was designed. The entire game is kind of built around that concept, so they wouldn't have been able to make the game without it. So the way we do this, and Blizzard is kind of nice to have included this, is they added something called Flyer Helper for StarCraft 2. And what it does is it shows the tile, not necessarily, it's not a specific tile at this point, so I guess you shouldn't really take me literally when I say it's tile-based, but it functions in much the same way. And in fact, you can see the ground is kind of drawn the same way, it's just very small tiles. Anyways, that's a tangent. I casually make Flash games, so I kind of love debating that stuff. Anyways, back on track. Show Flyer Helper. This shows where the unit resides if it weren't an air unit. And that's actually what you want to aim at for fungal growth. So we'll turn this back on. I always play with this on, but I had it turned off for the demonstration. And now we see there's those nice little drop downs there. See the yellow circles? And that's actually where the mutalisk resides, not where it's animated at. So let's go up with our infestor and instead fungal growth where the units are residing on the ground as opposed to where they're animated, and then fungal growth that. Direct hit, not a single one was missed. And that is what people have trouble with. And then you can go ahead and be a little bastard, and oh god, so many fungal growths, and wow, I'm lagging for some reason today. I'll get that fixed the next time I do a live cast. Oh god, we're so mean to these mutas. And so this is how people are doing it. This is why some people having impeccable aim and other people are missing 50% of their mutas, because they're not aiming at the tile the unit resides on, they're aiming at where the unit is actually animated. So I know it kind of seems a little antiquated that it would be like that, but trust me, anyone who has any experience in game design can tell you that it's just a necessary evil for the time being for any tile-based game. And actually, the more I look at this, I'm pretty sure that it's drawn tile-based, so I'd be willing to bet most of their physics work in the same fashion. But I'm not a C#, I'm pretty sure this is C#. I'm not a C# game programmer, so for all I know, it's totally different with the stuff they're working with. Anyways, I'm rambling. So I hope this helped, guys. And I've got some more stuff lined up. I've just been trying to hang out with some friends and have a life for a while, so I'll probably have another one uploaded tomorrow with a full-length gameplay of me playing in Masters, which I'm currently running a whopping 50% in. Masters is tough. So yeah, anyone striving to get into Masters, don't be in too much of a rush. It is a hard league to play in. Alright, thanks guys. Have a good one.